Break out your favorite instant ramen, folks. If you're unfamiliar with satay, it's basically a sweet and spicy peanut sauce on steroids. It is packed full of flavors like coconut, shrimp paste, garlic, ginger, plus a bunch of savory spices. Beef satay with instant ramen was invented in a Hong Kong old-school tea houses called cha tangs. These are hole-in-the-wall type style restaurants with some of the crankiest waiters you will ever meet, where a combination of Eastern and Western comfort foods collide. Pretty much everything that comes out from these restaurants tastes good. Not only will you learn how to make a delicious satay beef, I'm also going to teach you how to make better tasting instant ramen. Thank you for joining me. My name is Wally. Let's go. Let's talk about the beef first. For this dish, I prefer thinly cut slices of beef. You should be able to find this at your supermarket, especially Asian supermarkets pre-cut. And for this dish, I really like fatty cuts of beef because fat is where the flavor's at. And I tell my wife this so I don't have to lose weight. If you really want, thinly cut lean beef also works. Any type of beef cut this thin will be really tender after cooking. And this is 200 grams of beef, by the way. You can use flank steak too, which is typical at the cha tangs. But I do like the thin slice like this because it will cook really fast. You're gonna see later. And slice the beef into manageable strips. I like to go about 1.5 inches to 2 inches across. Just a very light seasoning is all we need. Now honestly, you can skip this step because satay sauce is already chock full of flavors. I just do this out of habit. 2 teaspoons of light soy sauce, followed by 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce. 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce. I hate it when this happens, but you know you've got good oyster sauce when it defies gravity. And stir it gently. Don't worry, you don't need to get it all over every inch of the beef. Next, just a teaspoon of cornstarch, mix again for a minute, and finish off with a few teaspoons of cooking oil. And now we set the beef aside and work on the aromatics. For that, it's the usual suspects. Finely mince some onions and garlic. Even though satay sauce in a bottle already has some of these ingredients in it, it never hurts to bulk up the flavors. Now there are many styles of satay sauce out there. I am using the Lei Gum Gay brand. To be honest, this isn't really my favorite satay sauce in a bottle. I actually prefer this brand called Jimmy's Satay, which comes out of Hong Kong. But Jimmy's Satay overall is very hard to find unless you're in Hong Kong. But where I am right now, it's gonna cost me $50 a jar, while the Lei Gum Gay brand here only cost me $5. And you will find this on Amazon.com, which I will link in the description box below. Chop up 1 spring onion too, but add the whites of the spring onions to the onions and garlic because all of it goes into the pan at the same time. And snip some of the greens for a garnish in the end. That is all, so it is time to cook. We just need a pan on a medium-low heat on this. When your pan is hot and ready, add a couple of tablespoons of oil. We start off by frying the onions, garlic, and whites of the spring onions. Because these ingredients are minced so fine, keep stirring so it does not burn. 30 seconds later, add 2 teaspoons of Chinese cooking wine. And keep stirring until the 1 minute mark. Now we prepare 2 tablespoons of satay sauce and get ready with 1 cup of water. We only add 1 tablespoon to the pan first. Mix around and let the heat release the flavors and oils of the satay sauce for about 30 seconds. Then toss in half of the 1 cup water, stir, and scrape the bottom of the pan for about 30 seconds. A lot of the satay sauce will caramelize on the bottom of the pan. And now we add rest of the water and add the last tablespoon of satay sauce. Keep stirring. Now you can set low heat so that most of the liquids don't evaporate. Now I don't like my satay sauce too wet and sloppy and loose. I prefer a more dry sauce, which is packed with flavors. Now add a teaspoon of sugar and half a teaspoon of dark soy sauce for color. Mix for a bit and add a tablespoon of peanut butter. This is going to put your satay sauce on overdrive. And when it's all completely combined, we add the beef. Because this beef is so thinly sliced, it will cook fast. So I'll have it at medium rare or so. Because remember, if you add this to the hot instant noodle broth, it will continue cooking. Now speaking of instant noodles, I prepared this before making a sauce. And as promised earlier, this is one simple easy tip to improve your instant ramen noodles. If you hate soggy overcooked noodles like I do, this is what you do. Boil enough water to cover your instant ramen. I typically eat 2 packs in one sitting, so don't judge me. Once the noodles start to break formation like this, take it off the heat. Now drop the noodles onto a colander and immediately blast it with cold running water. This will effectively stop the noodles from cooking. Now boil enough water according to your favorite instant ramen package instructions. Add the seasoning and the noodles. Cook only enough to heat the noodles through. A minute should do it. And now, your instant ramen noodles will be cooked, yet have a nice, chewy texture. Add the delicious satay beef. And why not add a fried egg? I also blanched some bean sprouts earlier for a nice bit of crunchy texture. And oh yeah, you gotta add your favorite chili oil. Try this one, I know you all love it. But remember, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and Camels as payment. See you all in the next one.